Attack on Titan is a love story. A love story I didn't know I was reading. Before we hop in this review of chapter 139 of Attack on Titan, please do me a favor and drop your own thoughts on the chapter in the comment section down below. Leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Now, let's get into it. What's up, guys? I got the pencil here, and here we are to review chapter 139 of Attack on Titan, the final chapter, the ending we've been waiting for over 11 years at this point, and let's talk about it. So, I said in the intro that this makes Attack on Titan a love story, and I do think it is. And I didn't record my initial reactions to the chapter. I should have probably done that, but my thoughts, they've changed. I always felt like after a certain point, I wasn't reading Attack on Titan anymore. Like, around the time that the whole aliens, whatever it was, spying thing in the ground that happened to Ymir, I felt like something in Attack on Titan fundamentally shifted again. I already agree that Attack on Titan shifted fundamentally when we stopped attacking the Titans and we started attacking humans, but I felt like that was a logical progression to our characters. But the thing is, we remove all that, and we get to the here and now, and Eren is redeemed. Eren is redeemed, and I understand. I initially had problems with it, because it basically makes all of the Eren stuff we see, like, post him touching Astoria's hand fake. It makes the entire thing pointless, essentially, because in the end he was still all a nice guy doing it for the greater good, it's whatever. That's the thing. This chapter, it feels empty to me, right? And this is just because it kind of goes back on a lot of concepts I personally found really, really interesting and gets rid of them. But that doesn't make it a bad chapter. Just because I wanted something does not automatically make it horrible that I didn't get what I wanted, because if I got what I wanted a lot of the time, things would end very, very differently. So the thing is, while I sit here and I read this chapter, I'm learning more and more about the world, but there's so many, the main issues I have with this chapter, before I go into what I like, it feels so rushed. If that's is that a weird thing to say? It feels like Isayama wanted to do so many more things that he just couldn't end up doing. At least to me. For some reason, from the way he just shoves in the Armin and Eren discussion, when he says it's all about Mikasa, something about Mikasa's choice, something about Berthold not meaning to die there, so many different ideas are like brought up in this chapter that just, it's just strange. What happened to the big old alien thing? What was the whole alien thing about? The power of the Titans just vanished, this time dying with Eren because of some choice that Mikasa made that we don't even get to see in the chapter. It just feels weird. Like, I'm not sure if anyone else feels this way. I've been seeing a lot of mixed reactions. A lot of people hate it. A lot of people love it. I'm somewhere in the middle where I both hate it and love it. I hate it because it's not what I wanted. Not necessarily not what I wanted. I hate it because it just feels like, with how good the narrative was for such a long period of time, for it to have this seemingly like is it really out of nowhere though? Is it truly an out of nowhere conclusion? I can't tell. Was it like, you can go through Attack on Titan and pick up a lot of elements of love, I suppose, because you have all of Reiner's stuff, you have all of the Armin stuff, you have all the Mikasa stuff, you have, I guess, I'm mixed. I'm so mixed, because this chapter gave me serotonin when I read it. Like, looking at Levi still alive after all these years, looking at everyone become ambassadors, seeing Jean called a horse again, like, all this stuff, it felt really, really good. It was nice callbacks and stuff like that. I know I'm supposed to feel, like, happy and satisfied. I just don't feel happy and satisfied. Like, I feel like I'm reading the ending to a different version of the show I didn't watch. Is that weird? Like, I feel like this ending, on its own, in a vacuum, is perfectly fine. In fact, it's really, really good. We get to see epilogues for most of our characters. Everything seems fine. Everyone seems happy. Even Connie's mom got shifted back, which I was super happy to hear. I was super happy to see and hear a lot of the stuff that I heard in this chapter. But it feels like, it doesn't feel like I'm reading Attack on Titan. That's the main thing. And there are also just like weird stuff, like Ymir being a slave in love with her master. I don't know. That always throws me off. It's done a lot in fiction where slaves just fall in love with their rulers, and I guess it's just a thing I gotta get used to now. Like, one way or another, a story will fit in a character where they fall in love with their abusive master. I guess I just gotta be able to be like, yep, This is the norm. I can't avoid it now. And it just feels weird. And you're telling me that Ymir herself put Eldians through thousands upon thousands of years of suffering because she loved the first king. Okay. What did Mikasa do to undo that? What changed her mind? Like, what? This is the textbook definition of an open ending. There are gonna be people talking about this for years. This is exactly what Isayama wanted. Like, the way where it would leave open discussion, but this isn't like good discussion. This is like poking logical holes in things. Why did the Marleyans hesitate to shoot? They just saw this gigantic rumbling happen. Like, the entire world was about to end. And they just take the word of Sun Eldians because they aren't transforming. And they've de-transformed. I guess it's fine. That's the thing, like, I find logical problems with this. Because I figured if I'm Marley, right, and I just saw what the Eldians could have potentially done, regardless of whether or not they're human or not, the moment I see some, especially the ones that have turncoated to the Marley Empire, like all the former warriors that are suddenly fighting on the side of the Eldians, or at least that's what it seems like to me, I'm shooting them. I'm just getting rid of them. But that's just me. So I guess it makes sense that they all survive and they become Marley ambassadors. It's just empty. It feels like hollow gratification. Like, seeing all the smokes and the ghosts of people in the smoke and stuff like that felt empty. Learning that Mikasa saved the world somehow through some off-screen choice, empty. The fact that somehow they managed to believe that Eren was dead, even though Mikasa took the only piece of evidence being his head. Okay. Eren, I guess Mikasa somehow got back to the mainland. No one else got back to the mainland. There's probably just a boat lying around somewhere. I won't even... like, some of these things you can write off as, oh, they're just off-screened. Like, an entire conversation about how the former Titan Shifters and the former Warriors went to, like, equal ambassadors and aren't even forced to wear armbands anymore in Marley. Sure, whatever. Everyone getting off a happy ending, whatever. I guess the moral of the story is love saves all. And it just doesn't feel like the story that... It doesn't feel like the story I was reading. Is that weird? I know I keep asking. I feel like I'm repeating myself. But I'm just like, in this pseudo sense of disbelief that this is how Attack on Titan ends. I don't know. It feels off to me. Like, so much has happened that in my mind it needed to be explained. Even before this chapter. I think all the alien mess needed to be explained. I think Ymir's motivations need to be explained. I thought Eren's character development, or anti-character development, was something that was actually going to mean something, but in the end it was all a lie because he wanted to be a tough guy for Mikasa, I guess, and he wanted to see everyone alive. And I guess the point from when he touched his story on, that's when he saw everything at once, but he didn't see everything because he couldn't see past his death. So he really just took a big old gamble. Like, I guess it was a 50-50 there. I guess he saw a guaranteed future where everyone died anyway. So he said, well, I might as well just fake kill everybody and then die so everyone else can become martyrs, and hopefully Marley will spare them because I'll take away the Titan powers somehow. I thought the Ackermans were immune to Titan powers too. Like, they didn't transform when the gas hit. So how did Eren wipe Mikasa's memory? Or Ymir wipe Mikasa? How did Mikasa communicate with Ymir? Where did the alien thing go? Why didn't Marley let them live? Why are the Eldians suddenly rearming into a military? What's going on? Why was Historia's kid being this big old plot point just not a plot point anymore? Like, I don't know. The kid's dad wasn't important. Historia herself isn't important outside of the fact that she's still queen. I don't know. A lot of this feels empty, unresolved plot points. But I can understand why people love it. I'm glad people think it's perfect. And no, don't ever let my negative opinion of something ruin it for you. I just give y'all my thoughts. That's what I'm here to do. That's why it's the review that I'm giving y'all. I don't think it's perfect. I think it's kind of whack. But that's just me. That's my view. I understand. Y'all can definitely probably convince me that this is the perfect ending. It's not. I'm not putting up much of a fight for this one, just because I kind of gave up on Attack on Titan writing wise a while ago. For a while I agreed with everyone else where like Attack on Titan was a 10 out of 10, solid, everything's a plot point, perfect written story. There's just some time where I read a chapter. I think it was like chapter 122 or sometime before that. It was like a year or two ago where I just started reading Attack on Titan like out of obligation. Like it stopped making sense, at least to me. That's probably because I'm not smart enough to get it. I'll just chalk it up to that. I wasn't smart enough to get Attack on Titan. Let's go with that. Because it all in the end being a story about love, sure, you can make the context clues around that. It all leading towards a happy ending, sure, you can make the context clues around that. Eren not actually having development and still being the same like little child who wanted to save everyone, that makes sense. That's actually good for him. I guess it's fine. Yeah, it's a fine ending. Is it a 10 out of 10? No. It's too much nonsense in my mind was stuff into this chapter. Like, too much stuff happened off screen, and too many rules that Isayama established seem to be broken, from the entire Ackerman being unable to be affected by Titan powers thing, to all the issues with suddenly where the Titan power go, where the big old alien go, from all the weird stuff with Ymir. I guess not too many rules were broken, now I think about it. It's mainly just the Ackerman thing, and like, apparently Eren flattened 80% of the world, but I didn't think he got that far. Did he? Did he get that far? I don't know. Did he actually flatten 80% of the world? I thought he just got to the mainland. Maybe I'm crazy. Probably crazy. I don't know. Yeah. Y'all, convince me. Convince me in the comment section. That's all I have to say. Like, if I just sit here, I'll just keep like poking at things that made the chapter unsatisfying to me. But on a base level, if I don't think this chapter is beautiful, this chapter is perfect, 10 out of 10. It's a beautiful ending where almost everyone got their happiness except for our main character who went through suffering, and it's all good. But if I think about it for like 0.2 seconds, I just find problem after problem after problem that I just can't let slide. And it's probably just me not being smart enough to read it. Like, this has probably been perfectly built up and well established to somewhere else, because everything is a plot point in Isayama's stories, but I just missed it. So I'll hold that L. Yeah, I just feel empty. But I'm glad it's over. Now I don't have to worry about it anymore. What is Attack on Titan's final score for me? An 8 out of 10. Probably. I think Isayama started doing too much towards the back end of the narrative. And I feel like he lost the plot. The plot he had put so much time and effort to. He had done so much with it that he kind of lost it. That's just my thoughts. Tell me what your thoughts are in the comment section down below. Please convince me that this is good. Just help me. I want to enjoy it. I want Attack on Titan to be a 10 out of 10 still. Because this is just going on the list of another manga with unsatisfying endings for me. At least at the moment. Hopefully I can hear some other positive reviews from people and like they'll slowly bring my opinion up. So this can be along the lines of like a Full Metal Alchemist ending for me where I'm just perfectly satisfied with the manga. But right now, it's alright. Alright. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is that guy with the pencil, writing off.